Are you thinking about getting the Kink Downside BMX bike, but not sure if you have the skills to build it up? Well, in today's video, I'm going to show you how to unbox it and how to put your brand new Kink Downside BMX bike together. And make sure that you hang tight for our tech tip of the week. So as we go, we want to teach you everything about building the bike, from the tools you need to how to actually put it together. So starting off with the tools, you're going to need wire cutters for sure. You're going to need hex head or Allen wrenches. You may need an adjustable wrench. You're going to need a utility knife. You're also going to need a pedal wrench and possibly a multi-tool. These multi-tools might have a pedal wrench. They might also have a socket, extension, and ratchet, or you can use a socket, extension, and ratchet on your own. And then they usually have Allen tools right here. If you need a multi-tool header right there, you can pick one up very easily. You also are going to need a pump, an air compressor, or some way to pump up your tires. All right, so let's get to it. This is how your Kink Downside bike will show up to your house if you buy it online or buy it from StackBMX.com. If you buy it from my storefront, it will be built up free of charge. So it comes like this. If you watch our other videos, Kink is notorious for super heavy duty glue. So we're gonna pull up right here. You want to go near these staples. Yep. See all the glue? You know it has a lot of glue is when it's tearing. Let me flip this around so back up just there. It's usually easier to stick your fingers in like so. So, all right. So this thing is getting a little hard to open. So this is how I break a lot of the glue. You push down. Here, crunching. So usually the glue breaking free. Boom, you see that? Work smarter, not harder. All right, you will get the bike in the box and it'll look like that. Pretty cool color. It'll come all... Before I pull this bad boy out, this one's gonna go here. Pull the stand out. If you don't have a stand, you can build it on the floor. But if you do, utilize it. So we're gonna lean this up against here. We're gonna pull this seat and seat post out. Pull this off. Quick trick. Use a razor blade, or you could cut on the edge and then it'll rip easy. You can do that with the protecting foam as well. You got a nice seat. Check that thing out. That thing looks sweet. So we're gonna put in the frame and tighten up this 6mm Allen wrenches. Our Allen wrench, tighten it down. Now we're gonna put it in the frame. There you go. All right, so we got a few things in here. We got the parts box, usually that has pedals, other little things. We got the chain guard, but this guy that's getting this bike right here, he's the next X Games gold medalist, so he's not gonna need those chain guards. Probably gonna jump over a house too, so he doesn't need any reflectors. Gonna break down the box. So here it is. Now when we're building these up, a lot of the viewers want to see it a little bit closer to see the actual stuff, so we're gonna try to show you a little bit tighter so you can see exactly what we're doing. So remove that zip tie. We got another one here. And then there's one back here. Kind of hard to see. one more down here, and this is like your handlebar. Watch your nuts. Imagine, that would have fucking funny. Alright, we got the other wheel. Cardboard. Yeah, it's really weird building the bike up like this for you guys, where I'm like have to go over the bike in order to build it up. Alright, so add a grip. Oh, this one, huh? There's an adapter, grip adapter. You got big hands. Check these out. If you guys see those, buy them. I think they're discontinuing those. Those are pretty sick. All right, so you got your bars. We're gonna throw those things away. And start right here. Don't hit the tape right there, right on the edge. Yeah, it comes off really easy. This one, I'm not even gonna risk this one. There we go. You got the other side, it'd probably be easier for both of us. No, you can film on this side. I felt like I was getting in your way, so make it easier for you to see. Sweet, this cable's on the correct side. When you run this cable, you always want to run it on the left side of the head tube so that it could wrap around to the right side. This tape is, look at that color. That thing looks sick, huh? Yeah, you know that looks sick. All right, if you guys see this bike and love it, make sure you head over to StackBMX.com and pick it up from us so that we can do more of these videos and keep giving you the great information that you need to make the best BMX purchases. All right, so we tightened up this little cap right here to keep it kind of together, but we wanted to line up the forks kind of straight to the stem. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm going to tighten this top bolt right here just so it doesn't rotate and come loose again. To just ease my mind. Next, you want to loosen up this. So 6mm Allen wrench. You can back this one all the way out. So I like to pull on the cap like this and then loosen them out slowly. What that'll do is I'll bring all of them out, and then you can set that down. It'll hold all your bolts. And then when you go to put bars on, drop them on like so. This little grip area right here is called knurling or knurl, and it's in the center of the handlebar. So if you line this up evenly with the stem, you can make sure your handlebars are even. So we're gonna throw the cap back on. Yeah, get up in there, see up close, so you see exactly how it looks. Yeah, I was watching some of the videos too, and some of the spots it's hard to see what I'm actually doing, so trying to get a close shot of some of the stuff would help out the viewers quite a bit. So we're trying to do these videos a little bit different for you, to give you the best information that you guys can possibly get to get you guys rolling. So now that we got them upright, we didn't tighten them down super tight. Notice how this back gap is bigger than the front one. What we're gonna do is we're gonna tighten the back here to shrinking it, tighten the front one up here, go back to the back here, And we're just gonna work our way around to all the bolts. Actually, I think this is, let me loosen this up. I think these bars gotta go forward just a hair. What do you think? Sean Butler style?
Yeah.
For sure. Well, we need some sprinkled Dan Kruk in there. Just a sprinkle though, not the full amount. Make it even. So yeah, that's what we should call handlebars, like the up and down for the channel, your TV channel. You know, you go up and down, like forward and back. You don't say forward and back, you just say Sean Butler to go back, and forward, Dan Kruk. So now that you got your bars in the right position, more like Larry Alvarado, now you can ride good, and maybe not as good as Dan Kruk or as Sean Butler, but hey, you will ride pretty good. All right, now we got the front wheel. These things have these little circled washer fucking cardboard things. These things are to hold the hub guards on. Shit. So these things hold the hub guards on, so the hub guards don't fall off during shipping. So you want to remove those. Let me zoom in so you can see. All right, usually use the multi-tool, but today I'm gonna use this guy if it fits. Yeah. All right, so to put the tire on correctly, these things are directional, so you could kind of see an arrow going this way. My perspective, I want to face it forward on the bike, so just like this, keep it on the bike, facing forward. I'm gonna push the hub guards all the way on, and then I'm gonna loosen up the bolts enough where these little hook washers can go inside of this fork. So pulled it up, got the hook washer, we're dropping it in. This is always a tough part where the washer falls out right before you can't get it back in. It's just a kind of annoying situation. I don't know why it does this. It just loves to fall out. You can see how close it is. Whew. Yeah, it's hard because you can't use your other hand because you're holding the wheel and the other bolt, so that it tightens up. Sweet. There we go. All right, these female axle bolts have a 17 head or a 6 mil Allen wrench, so we're gonna tighten that one up.
No pegs?
There might be pegs in the box, but we haven't opened the box yet. Yeah, this front wheel's super crooked still. All right, front wheel's super crooked. I'm gonna show you how to straighten it out later in this video for a tech tip. So hang tight and I will show you that. So on the handlebars, you don't want to keep them straight or anything like that. We're going to show you how to straighten those out later on as well. So let's get to the lever. Lever is here. It's pretty far down. Levers are kind of a preference where you want to position them, but majority of the time you want to put it about a 45 is pretty general for everybody. So slight angle makes it nice. Going to the cable, like I said before, make sure the cable's on the left side of the frame. Make sure you put the ball end in there. Go down the barrel adjuster, and then you can align these evenly, rotate them to the bottom so that you can get the cable in there. If those aren't aligned, the cable will not go inside of there. If this barrel adjuster is pinched, it won't go in there. And you'll have trouble. All right, so now to the bottom, make sure that it's in there. You got the cables in here. We're gonna go ahead and pull that back to let you see a little bit more. This one, push on the side of the other brake arm, pulls it up, and then on this one, push it in. And then, yeah, these brake cable or these brake pads aren't positioned correctly. Check this out. See on the top right here, it's kind of hard to see, but the pad's kind of hitting the tire. If you leave it like that, it's gonna rub your tire, pop your tire. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna loosen this thing. We're gonna turn it, and then I'm gonna try to position this. No, don't do that. And just position it there. Rock it a little bit, make sure it's nice and flat. And then I'm gonna tighten up this nut right here just before it gets tight. And then I'm gonna cinch it down like so. And now the brake pad is gonna hit evenly and nice. And now we're gonna go and do it to the other side. So I'll probably be able to do this pretty quick. Boom. I got those there. Got a few more packaging that we need to take off. Ooh, check out that sprocket. That looks crazy, huh? The knurling on it. Pretty sick. We got the back rear safety guys. Boom, boom. All right, so we're gonna go back up to the brakes. See the lever, how it's pulling in, hitting the grip. What we're gonna do is we're gonna fix that. So we're gonna pull this up, back up this barrel adjuster. Seems like I have to go pretty far on a lot of these. And then thread this back down. That'll lock it in place where it doesn't want to move out again. There you go. And now if you go up to here, see how it barely pulls down, but we need to stretch the cable. Now that you got your brakes adjusted, you got your cable stretched, now we're gonna go in this little box and grab, where did I put that razor blade? We're gonna grab this little strap that's in here to hold the brake cable. Oh, you found it? Nice. Sweet, thanks. So there's pegs right here. I'll show you how to put those on. Or at least I'll show you how to put 2 of them on. And then you got some pedals and you got some stickers and stuff in there, but we need this right here. Little black ribbon week. You're gonna make sure the logo's upwards. Line it through, pull the cable up, spin it, push it up to the front, pull any slack out of the cable, and then you're set. Cool, cool. All right, next up, we're gonna do the pedals. You got a left and right pedal. I'm gonna show you how to figure out what side is which. The one with the lines is gonna be the left side. The one with no lines is gonna be the right side. And we're gonna put some grease on them. So just roll it around, just get a little bit of grease. What we're gonna do is touch them and then just roll it around. Boom. Step. Most of the axles are pretty tight, so you can spin it around there, get it most of the way on. If it doesn't thread on easy, then you probably got it on the wrong side. So maybe switch them, but they should spin on pretty easy. If they still don't spin on pretty easy, you might want to take them to a bike shop or call the brand for warranty or the shop that you got the bike from. Next, you're gonna grab the pedal wrench. If you don't have a pedal wrench, if you got an extra 15 open end wrench, you can grind this down so that it's just as thin as that to fit in there. But notice this one actually fits, so I'm gonna show you with this one. But usually the wrenches don't fit in there. And we'll do the other side like so. This is actually a 17, but it still worked. So, all right, sweet, we got that going. Got the free coaster. We're gonna put a little bit of air in there now. All right, to find out the air pressure, you're gonna look on the side of the tire. And then right here, it says 35 to 65 PSI. That is gonna be how much air you're gonna put in. So we're gonna put in between there. So probably around 40, 45. Seems pretty quiet for how much air is in there, huh?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Maybe the hose isn't on all the way. So, yep, got it at 50. It's gonna be good. And go to the front. Yeah, that sounds way better, huh? I don't think it was on all the way earlier. So make sure you put your pump all the way onto the valve stem. 50 pounders. Good. Make sure you put dice valve caps on them.
From StackBMX shop.
All right. All right, so we got these all set. So now I'm going to show you how to put these pegs on. Should I show you with the ratchet and extension? Yeah, let's do that. Most of you guys don't have. Let's see if I even have it. So 17, extension, and a ratchet. This is going to help you put your pegs on. Hopefully this extension is long enough. Let's see. Ooh, it's pretty short actually. A little short. Let's see about another extension over here. Shoot, I don't. Darn, I don't. I gotta buy another one. It's not a 17.
Oh.
Alright, so same concept. We're gonna use a multi-tool because I don't have a long enough extension. These pegs are pretty long. I think they're like 4.75. A little bit longer than normal. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna loosen up this bolt. Took that thing off fast, huh?
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna drop it in like so. You're gonna not put a washer on. You're just gonna slide the peg over. Keep these together to keep the axle nut in there. And then you can spin this tool on there, or this axle nut on it. It's not even going on. Might be a little bit difficult, but try to keep it as straight as possible. Looking down, you can tell if it's straight. Let's see, there it goes. It's starting to go on. Starting to go on. Closer, closer, closer. Almost there, almost there, almost there. And then, oh, these don't even have a logo on it. Check the chain. The chain's a little loose. We're just gonna tighten this thing up. Boom. Now we got it on there. Nice and tight, and that's how you put that other peg on. Next, we're gonna show you how to put the front peg on. But we need these things to make the front axle from the big axle size to the smaller one. So that's how you do that. Let me pull this off though. This is kind of a combination of a few things. But right now, if you look down right here, the wheel is a little bit crooked. The bars are definitely crooked, and we're gonna show you the first tech tip, how to straighten your wheel, how to put these pegs on as well. So to make sure your wheel's straight, what I like to do is I like to break free the two axle nuts. So what that'll do is allows the wheel to kind of move around in the fork. What you're gonna do is you're gonna put pressure, check up here, so either with your chest or your gut, you're gonna put some pressure on there to keep the bike down, and then you're gonna tighten each bolt up slowly. So that should usually keep the wheel in the center of the forks. Should be good there. But now I'm going to show you how to put this front peg on. It's pretty similar to the rear one. Here forever. Excellent. That's long. The axle's long.
I was gonna say, it's like,
jeez. Mega long. All right, so put these on. You're gonna do the same way as the other one. No washer or anything like that, but you can put this one here, and then when you drop it in, make sure it goes inside that hole so it takes up the space, and now the peg isn't sitting weird. So then we're gonna go to the front wheel. I'm gonna thread this one in. I need to tighten this thing up. If your multi-tool is flopping around like mine is, make sure you tighten up these bolts. I'm too lazy to. Gotta get all these how-to videos done and don't have time to tighten the bolts. It's because this freaking axle is mega long. Be here till next week, tighten this thing up.
till next episode.
Alright, I think we're at the edge. Sweet. Sweet. So, yep, got that bad boy on. So, only else thing we got to do is straighten the wheel, make sure it's straight, and then probably lower the seat. But you know how to lower the seat. So straighten up these bars. What you're gonna do is you're gonna loosen these ones on the side, make it straight, and then tighten it down. If this is still loose forward and backwards, you could snug this up before it tightens down. Just tighten this down till it touches, or you can feel it touch. This is a compression bolt, so it pulls everything together, but it's not designed to bottom out completely. So that bolt's never gonna stop. If you start feeling it pulling on really hard, it might be pulling up the threads from the inside, but most likely it's not. It's just gonna make your headset super tight and you won't be able to turn your bars. So let's make sure these are tight. The bars are still a little back, huh? Once you get on the bike, now you can kind of adjust your bars in the position that you like and get them where you set up. I'm gonna keep them at the Sean Butler style. So yeah, now everything is tight on your bike. Your bike's set up, ready to go ride the skate park, hit the streets, or ride some trails. That's it. on this how to build up a Kink Downside BMX bike.